Okay, this video is going to get you introduced to SPSS, and we're going to do that by doing some descriptive statistics in SPSS. So hopefully you've watched the videos and learned how to do them by hand. Now we're going to have the computer do it. So the way you find SPSS is if you go to the Start menu, and there's a ZenWorks window, and when that pops up and you're on campus, you click on the Math and Stat. You can click on SPSS, and it'll open up. It takes some time to open up. I cheated it here a little bit. And already have the window open up. And when the window opens up, you're going to have the data editor. There's essentially a couple of windows to SPSS. One of them is the data editor. This is the spreadsheet where you enter your data. So I just entered our group of scores that we've been working with here on the mean and variance symbol, and you can name your variable whatever you want. If you just double click on it, it'll take you to this tab, or you can switch between the two tabs. And the variable view, you just click on it and then give it a name. If we were to call it X, we could just put X in there, and now it'll appear in our spreadsheet as X. And it's really helpful to name variables different things so you can keep them straight in your analyses. So we're just going to call this X. Now, if you want to generate the mean, simplest thing to do, or actually really any of the descriptive statistics, is we're just going to go up to our menu here to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, right? And you can select any one of these, but descriptive is probably the simplest one. And it's going to ask us for, pops up, which variables do we want to get descriptive statistics for. So we want X. If you had others, you could move them over. And then you have some options. So we want the mean. If you wanted the sum, like the sum of X, it would give you that. We want standard deviation. We want variance since we talked about that. Your min and max, well, we can uncheck those and we'll just get the range so you can see that, and it'll display that. So that's what we want. We click OK, and then we're going to get this output window, right? And so the way to read this is here's our variable X. We had 10 observations, right? The n is 10. The range is 10, right? So it was highest minus lowest, so 11 minus 1 would be 10. The mean was 4.7, and the standard deviation was 3.020, which is what we calculated in our previous example. And if you remember, the variance was 9.1222 repeating. So that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward way to get your descriptive statistics. Now, the way you can use this is you can create sample problems for yourself. So if you want to create your own group of data and use SPSS to practice generating the mean and standard deviation, and then calculate it by hand to see if you can calculate them properly, you can use SPSS to check your work. So that's another little creative way to make sure that you know how to do this by hand.